Well, guys, let's get to it. We are celebrating today our 250th episode of Maple Syrup History. So 1/4 of 1,000 of these intellect courses. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Here's to not 0.25,000, here's to 25,000 more. Okay, that's what I say 25 million more. 25 billion.
Hey everyone, my name is Gracjan Kraszewski. As the title says, I am a Civil War historian. I earned my PhD from Mississippi State in 2016, and my first academic book is called Catholic Confederates. It was put out by Kent State University Press. Adelaide Books put out my first novel, The Holdout, and since then, Aruka Press in Toronto, in Canada, has put out my novella Seraphim and the Dust Plague, the book of essays, The Hippo Lectures, and the recent August 2024 900-page novel, Thermonuclear Mirth. But getting back to being a Civil War historian, I think my next book project, well, I know for sure, it's going to be a study of the Palouse, this region in northern Idaho and eastern Washington, the Palouse during the Great War, during the First World War. But I got to thinking, I've always been fascinated with the concept of flight, and not so much airplanes and rockets and that kind of thing, but can people fly? And the list gets exhausted pretty quickly in even the most in-depth research, as I've found it. Usually St. Joseph Cupertino and Superman, and that's about it of kind of confirmed flyers throughout history. And so that's the reason that I wanted to make this video. Civil War historian dunks on 10'4" and broad jumps out to 11'2" to kind of show you my research process in the potentiality of this book manuscript down the road once more. Can people fly? But in terms of athletic background, I'm not a basketball player. I'm not a track guy. I was a baseball player. I played baseball in college and then overseas for the Ostrava Arrows of the Czech Extra League and the Namur Angels of the Belgian First Division, 2 seasons in Europe, and then I played for the Polish national team between 2011 and 2013. So my athletic background is not in basketball, it's not in track, it's not in jumping stuff per se. And yet I thought, I wholly agree with Ernest Hemingway in the idea of representative characters. And there's nothing better than to do kind of firsthand research and immerse yourself in the project. So without further ado, can people fly? Here are some of my initial takeaways from the research that I've just begun.
Before we begin, all right, important questions, points before we begin, before we turn to the previous slide, and then quote, get it, like quote, go for it. All right. So this is my first question for you. All right. I just want to know, how dare you? Before we start, how dare you? Also, how could you? Also, why? Okay. And I mean, really, okay, Barb, what was the point of it? Okay, now I have some wisdom, Dave. We dispensed to you before we started. You have heard people say, hey, pretend you can't read. Because then you'll be like, look, I wasn't criticized. I don't even know how the letters are arranged. I'm illiterate, okay? So you being offended by me saying that, I don't know what that means. I can't read words. Also, fly fishing is probably the most boring activity on the face of the earth. It's worse than golf. It really, I mean, it really is, right? Like, I mean, come on, golf, you know, it's really bad. Fly fishing is probably worse. Here's some good advice that I want